There's the full credits scrolling past. Deadman is played by Jesse Corti and Hartman is Darren Jacobs. Okay. And the rest of them are played by their visual actors. It's not like anything else, is it? I mean, it's different in every sense of the word. That's by design. I really appreciate it. Like, and it works. It's weird that it works. This game should be more boring to me than it is, but for some reason I'm absolutely compelled. I like wandering around environments. Just as a concept. I'm one of the weirdos who enjoyed No Man's Sky from launch. So I knew I was going to enjoy that bit, but it's still, even beyond that, I'm not struggling to pick this game back up again. It's an achievement. Special guests: Conan O'Brien, Edgar Wright, Jeff Knight, Neff Keighley, Jordan Voight Roberts. I'm trying to see if there's any other names I recognize here. Sam Lake, Daiichi Miura, Errolson Hugh, Hirokazu I recognize Conan O'Brien, and I'm pretty sure I recognize Edgar Wright. I mean, even the combat, which isn't great. Like, there's the combat's the weakest link in this game, but that's because it's not what it's for. If the combat were amazing, you'd have to have more of it, but that's not what the game is about. Because you want the action, you want the adrenaline, more than you want to be walking around hauling cargo up and down the country. But I think it balances the relatively subpar combat with the actually really fun traversal mechanics to make a system that actually makes the non-violent parts of the game more enjoyable than the violent parts of the game, whilst having the violent parts. It's not like Outer Wilds, where there is no violence, there's no action, there's just exploration. If there were one criticism I'd levy at this game, it really could have done maybe with a bit more exploration. Like, it doesn't really have. I don't really explore the world for its own sake. That's the biggest problem I have with this. You experience new places because of routes you're going to destinations, but I never feel like taking off my pack, leaving my cargo behind, and wandering out into the world for its own sake. I would say if there's any game I would compare this game to the most, it would probably be Outer Wilds. And that's both a positive and a negative. Outer Wilds had the exploration element so perfectly done that, having actually now considered that as a comparison, as a point of comparison, the fact that the world is actually kind of not that interesting, because there are the memory chips. The story is very interesting, the world is very interesting, but the map, there's not much to look at. It's pretty, it's desolate, but desolate isn't compelling. And that's what I would hope the most for Death Stranding 2. is some real exploration. Though in fairness, I've got my own ideas of exploration, which aren't universal. But if there is one thing I could really done with, it's a reason to go exploring in caves and running out into the world on my own. For more than just the story or the deliveries, for just to see new things. I'd like to have seen the sights. Oh, and I'd get rid of the racing minigame. It's fine, we can do without that. He's got the gun out now.
A gun won't help you here.
But it still has a role to play. And what role is that? To force a repatriation? Death Stranding, director's cut. Well, I'm still trying to figure out how this... Oh, reconnect with the living, so he had to... But if he kills himself in the beach, he doesn't come back. Isn't that right? But he can't... He didn't do it. Ah! Another red herring. That gun is all kinds of a red herring. It's a double red herring.
Listen, Sam. I was the one that brought you and Cliff together again. There was something I wanted you to know. You were never abandoned.
Oh shit!
You're not alone.
God, that...
Don't you see?
That's slow of me.
You have to live.
Hello. Sorry, that's really slow. BB isn't Lou. Cliff's BB isn't Lou. Sam was Cliff's BB. Right? But those flashbacks came when we connected to Lou. Those my memories, not Cliff's. I'm slow on that. How didn't I see this? We've got these 5 guys by the way. These were the people at the end. I'm trained to avoid that, but I don't think I'm supposed to. I thought these were the gazers, but the gazers are just the regular BTs. Go towards it. I cannot believe that just occurred to me. After all that. You're dragging me back to the real world. Are these the 5? Heartman, Lochner, Mama, Deadman, Fragile, and Die-Hardman. That's who those 5 are. Who's that? Lochner and Mama? Is this the BT from the other side? I'm on my way back. If I could find out where I'm supposed to go. Just following this. And you're the 5. I think that's right. You're who's talking. They were calling me from the future. There you are, Bridget. Amelie, the extinction entity. You're all of those things.
Don't give up. You're still connected.
They were visions from the future, I take it. The gazers.
Gotcha.
Just like a BT. The inverse BT. The anti-BT. And the Cupid. Now, Sam, your job is to return. You look comfortable, Deadman. Alright. And repatriate. For the last time, perhaps? We're no longer connected with Amelie, not directly. And this time we went inside the baby's face. Complete episode 13, Sam Strand. Die-Hardman, encouraging. Die-Hardman prideful. Deadman admiring. Deadman concerned. Amelie beckoning. Amelie yearning.
For too long have we lived as strangers to one another. Divided by
Seal of
walls
the United Cities
built
of America.
to keep us safe. But now with the completion of the Cairo network, we may at last...
You're not wearing the
move
mask anymore,
forward
are you? No,
as
yeah,
a
you are.
people.
You're keeping that thing on.
Today we come together to celebrate the birth of a new nation.
So,
A
I
new
take it you're the
nation for a
president now?
new world. The United Cities of America.
State of the Union?
I once took an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. And though that proud republic may be no more, we remain.
As your president.
So, as your president, I hereby swear...
God bless
to
you,
support
Mr. President.
...and defend you, the people. Let there be no more walls between us.
I suppose we're your
Nor
cabinet.
masks to hide who we are.
You get a pointer. Oh, now it comes off. He's Tommy Earl Jenkins. Amazing. I would never have guessed. You are going to appoint to Congress,
Let
right?
there be a new America. An America where we
In
can
Article 1,
face one another.
Representative Legislature.
Where we can speak our minds and
These are important
open our
parts of... It's all great to have a president,
The
but
old ways die hard.
you need the rest of it as well.
But I believe, my fellow Americans, that we have the strength and the courage to rise above our past and embrace
That's
our
not Lochner. That's definitely Mama.
The Death Stranding is
Oh, and still under middle of the president's speech. Oh, you know, he's got to do his thing.
constant reminder of what could have been.
And there he is.
That we stand here today is testament, not to the greatness of any one individual, but to our capacity to come together. To the bonds between us. To our collective greatness. All things must come to an end. Ourselves included. But as long as we savor each moment, find joy in the promise of tomorrow, embrace hope, and reject despair, we will endure.
He's got the oratory for it. You know, I'd vote for him.
President Bridget Strand and her daughter, Samantha America Strand,
Still silly. Her
sacrificed
middle name is
everything
America.
in their pursuit of hope, that we, the people, might be whole again. That they are not here today to see the fruits of their labor fills us all with a profound sadness. But we find comfort in the knowledge that their memories will live on in the chiral network and in our hearts. We will always remain connected. There is another hero in this story. One whose
Don't drag me into the limelight.
Destined to go unrecognized. America still needs that hero. That
He's trying to
person
leave.
without whom we would not be here. The name is unimportant.
All right.
You know who I mean. And for that unsung hero, I have a message.
Unsung. I think Sam's been decidedly
It was you
sung
who
at this
brought us
point.
together. You who made us whole again. And while you and I will eventually pass on,
Just walk out in the middle of the president's speech. That's got to be against some level of decorum, if not protocol.
Tired of being the unsung hero?
No, I'm done is all. She's gone.
Come on, wait. There's something I need to tell you. Huh. This doesn't bother you anymore?
Not as much, I take it.
Well, that's great. Now,
Still annoys him,
would
I
you like to
imagine.
know how we brought you back from the beach?
Do elucidate.
We were going to use the doll, but didn't have one handy, which is when I remembered something else.
Now, what
The
do you
umbilical.
think it is?
Yes. What could be more connected to Amelie's beach than President Strand's umbilical cord? Hartman thought that's why she left it with me in the first place. Unfortunately,
It didn't work.
yeah, she'd already cut her beach loose. It was just gone. We didn't know
So?
if that meant she dragged you into the great beyond or sent you to some other beach. We were really racking our brains.
Sent to another beach, but whose?
Hartman and Mama split up and started searching every beach you might feasibly have washed up on. We looked for a month with absolutely nothing to show for it.
Didn't feel as long for me.
A month on the outside. How long on the inside?
Trust me when I tell you, you don't want to know. But don't worry. We found no signs of accelerated aging. In the end, this is what led us to you.
The role it had to play.
Just when we were about to give up, Die-Hardman reminded us about the
With
revolver.
Sam's blood?
So, we tried to follow it, and it led us to a far corner of your own beach. And bingo, there you were. Mama made visual contact first. She was able to see you from her vantage point on the other side. She informed Locknow via their connection, and Hartman confirmed your location during his subsequent NDE.
So it all
Plan
comes
was
together like that.
fragile to, in essence, slingshot Lou and
The
me into
five
position.
working together to bring him back.
But it's not so easy to send multiple individuals
Die-Hardman's
to the
intel,
person's beach for an
Mama's
extended period of time.
Observations, Hartman's
That's where the
intelligence,
umbilical cord came in.
Lochner's
We won't
ingenuity,
leave from President
Fragile's
Strand's
capability.
DNA. They serve as a single knot that binds us all. The president must have known all of this would happen.
No,
Ironic,
suspected.
isn't it? The gun that set this whole mess in motion ends up being the key to saving you.
Well, strictly speaking, irony, but I take your
Boy.
point.
She said it had another purpose.
Not a weapon, but a lifeline.
Huh.
A stick that became a rope. I suppose that's one way of putting it.
Stick versus rope. Yeah.
Oh, son. You have no idea how long I've been waiting to give you a hug. Got something else to tell you. Top secret.
Oh, here we
It's
go.
about Cliff. BB's mother's name was Lisa Bridges, Cliff's common-law wife.
Lisa Bridges.
Now, Cliff was killed by a man identified in the records only as John.
They explaining it to me
Former U.S. Special Forces.
that
Quite
Cliff
good
is our
at by all
father.
accounts. Later appointed as an aide to the president, who used him for most
Yeah,
of her wet work.
I think I know the
The
man.
records go on to state that he vanished after Cliff's death. A warrant was put out, but he was later found dead.
And he wore a mask.
Turns out some people die harder than others, though. Dear John donned a mask and reappeared with a new identity. But you can't fool the chiral network. We restored the old records, and Mama hid them deep in the archives. You're the only one besides us with access privileges. Take a look if you're so inclined. But don't say I didn't warn you. The president's got some dirty, dirty laundry.
No one's clean, are they?
I don't trust him. But I'll
Still!
go with him if that's what it takes.
We still don't trust Die-Hardman.
Later.
Wow. John? He's not calling himself John. President Die-Hardman. Admittedly, that's a badass name for the president. But we still don't trust him. After everything. I feel like he warrants at least the benefit of the doubt.
Sam,
How did you get there, by the way? You're in the room we just came out of. Mr. President?
I don't expect you to forgive me. But would you hear me out? I killed Captain Clifford Unger.
Yeah. Killed your father, prepare to
Tell
die.
you I did it for America. For love of country. But I didn't. I did it for her. Because I loved her with all my heart. She was everything to me. Everything. Now, I'm not trying to make excuses. I just want you to know that not a day's gone by when I haven't thought about it.
I gotta be honest, sir, I don't know how to respond to this.
Time
Oh,
or the mask. Please, let me finish.
I don't know if he's trying to threaten me or if he's trying to just prove a point. But I am weirdly uncomfortable at the moment.
The captain saved my life. You know why they call me Die-Hardman?
Because you die hard.
Because he wouldn't let me die. He brought my sorry ass back home every time.
Why don't they call him Die-Hardman then?
And I loved him.
You loved a lot of people. You're very...
I loved her.
You're quick to fall in love, sir. Mr. President, with all due respect, this isn't exactly dignified, but... I suppose you have the right.
When he stared me down, that ghost, I knew he was here to kill me. To make it right. And why should
But he's still out there. He's not gone. He's been reconnected with... Not
Why?
Lou, but with Sam.
Didn't he?
But he did want Lou. I'm actually not sure.
His kid, his baby,
I might be entirely wrong on that.
and that's what brought him back. I guess when he saw I was trying to do my part for America, he remembered who he was. And he forgave me. God!
I reckon it's been a very long time since Die-Hardman has actually...
Damn it!
has it let out any level of emotion at all.
There is no atoning for what I've done.
But you need to. You're the president, sir.
God.
We need you in a stable state of mind. Perhaps I can recommend a therapist, sir. God help his next campaign if this breaks to the tabloids. President found having a breakdown in the hallway next to a very quiet man. Built up emotion over years. It was always going to come out eventually. You know, I don't blame him, but he's got to get himself together.
Maybe this is the next best thing. Maybe he brought me back from the beach for a reason. One last time. He wanted me to do this. To keep on being Die-Hardman.
No. He didn't. Nobody wants a president who acts like they're immortal. And if you're not scared of death, how can you value life? And life is pretty fucking fragile right now. And yeah, the old ways die hard. But that's what's gonna have to happen if we're gonna come together and build a better America.
You've got to be
God
John.
help you here. That's her words, not mine.
President John. Maybe we'll go with that, sir.
Thank you, Sam.
You're welcome, sir. So am I Clifford's... Clifford Unger's kid, or is it the BB? I might have gotten mixed up on that. Careful, careful, careful.
Dead?
Poor thing was never truly alive.
Oh,
Not in
shit.
this world, at least. The decommissioning order finally came through. Can't risk necrosis. The body can't stay here. I thought you might want to take care of it.
Are you certain about that?
You could try taking Lou out of the pod just to see what happens. But that would be in direct contravention of an executive order.
Well, executive orders can always go screw themselves. I've always said
there
that.
are laws about that kind of thing. Now that we're a nation.
Oh, well, that was a mistake then.
I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
Come on, open the pod. We know we're going to open the pod.
But if the alternative is defying the president, I can't do that either.
He's the president, not the king.
Not me.
All right. I'll go to the incinerator.
Before you leave, I'd like to check something quickly. I just took your cufflinks offline. In that state, there'd be nothing to stop you from removing them. If you did, the UCA wouldn't know where you were or how to find you. You'd be invisible. When you use the incinerator, you'll be reconnected to the network automatically. I trust you'll remember what I said.
Right. Absolutely.
I think I get a funny feeling I know what happens to this thing. This kid. Finally, he gets the full hug. And he's fully over his
Thanks for everything.
aphophosphobia. Had to learn how to say that. Do I have to go back up to the incinerator like I did at the beginning of the game? Fragile. Looking good in that Bridges uniform.
Don't think you'll be needing an umbrella.
That wouldn't do us any good anyway. No
I
time for.
decided to follow my father's dream after all. Don't worry. I won't get mixed up with any terrorists this time.
Well, you don't know that.
UCA's got
The day is young.
We're the first private delivery company to get the official approval.
Sounds like you're moving up in the world. Congrats.
And I thought there was going to be conflict between Fragile and Bridges.
Wait. There's something I have to tell you. I didn't shoot Higgs.
Of course you
Couldn't
didn't.
pull the trigger.
Yeah. So where is he now?
Choose. Death or eternal solitude on the beach.
Fair enough. You never did like breaking things.
That's right. I find and fix what's broken. And reconnect.
Made him choose between death or solitude. I'm not sure that's...
I'm fragile.
But I'm not that fragile. There we are.
Wanna come work for me? Could use a man like you.
The world's still broken. Same as before.
What isn't? But we're still here. We're still chugging along.
Not everyone. Not me.
Come on. You put America back together, didn't you?
Doesn't mean there's a place for me. I've got no ties to anyone or anything. I might as well be dead. I felt like that when we first met in the cave. I still do.
Don't act like you're the same person. You've learned how to touch, to feel. You've connected with people. With us.
You've had character growth.
Everything I touch, I lose.
You really are just walking away from her? And that's...
Sam!
Not a chiral allergy. Genuinely upset. Are you sure, Sam? Are you certain you want to leave everything behind?
Come on, Lou. One last delivery.
Episode 14, Lou. Lay BB to rest at the same incinerator we burned our mother at. I take it enough to worry about BTs. They're going to be dealt with. BB's theme. Written by Ludvig Forssell. Vocals by Jenny Plant. Higgs pulled... Well, there were shots fired, so Higgs might have ended it himself. But he may still be around. Clifford Unger definitely is, up to a point. Although he may be sated. Amelie's gone. But the 5. 5 and a bit. I don't know really whether to count Lochner and Mama as well. I swear I saw Mama walking around. Not as Lochner. And Lochner looks distinctly different from Mama. Right? I don't think I'm imagining that. I'm pretty sure they have 2 different facial structures. Mama's got the more substantial jawline. If I can remember the way back to the incinerator. I do still have my scanner. It's not a short run up to the incinerator. This is a long sequence. I don't know if quite so long a period of silence on my end is really good, but I couldn't talk with that. I was just listening to that. And I think I went the wrong way. I remember going this way originally. This is the... Just save up. This is the way I went the second time to try and get through here. I always... Oh. Go the wrong way. Sorry, I'm just enjoying that bit. Just savoring that for myself. Didn't want to speak over it. But yeah. It's just... It's everything we've been through. It's such a long, long journey. In many senses of that word. And it's finally coming to a conclusion. Here at the place where it didn't strictly begin, but in a sense, this is where it did begin. This is where our journey did start. Oh, it's been a long old road. Probably one of the longest series I'll ever do. Incinerator west of Capital Knot City. Are we really gonna burn this baby? I have some reason to think we're not. I'm not even gonna pick up that. I can't. I'm not allowed to. Time to make the final choice, I suppose. Come on, open it up.
I guess we're here. You still with me, though?
Poor thing was never truly alive. Not in this world, at least.
Thanks for everything.
Child special. One of a kind.
A baby candidate.
Either that, or
A sacrifice.
Why was Bridget wearing
A
that?
foundation. A bridge.
Why did you give it to Victor if it's not?
Brought you an astronaut. Mankind can go anywhere, even outer space.
Kind of shame we didn't go to the moon at some point in this game.
You'll be out of there in no time. And the second all this is over, I'm going to take you wherever you want to go.
Okay, so my running theory is that Sam is the baby here. I'm trying to think of any chance it couldn't be. It doesn't make sense otherwise. So it must be. But I'm waiting to hear the actual definite confirmation. I think I...
Holy shit. John. Is that you?
Took you a while to recognize him. It's a human face.
What are you doing here?
My wife's checked in. They don't want a repeat of last year.
The Void out. In Manhattan.
Bit of conflict in John's face there.
I didn't know you were the husband.
This isn't what we agreed on. You said you'd do everything in your power to save BB.
We are. But we cannot release your son just yet. Believe me when I tell you it's for the best.
This is a woman in a mask who's done nothing but lie to me.
I have a duty to protect our country. Lies are an unfortunate necessity.
So you're going after... You need the BB for your own projects to build the chiral network, which conflicts with what he wants. We're seeing the whole thing from the outside.
The President gave me the highest level access privileges. I've used them to manipulate the security system. We have 5 minutes before it resets, sir. 5 minutes to talk. Off the record. Take BB and get out of this place.
John did try to save him.
Nothing I can do for your wife. I'm sorry. You were my commanding officer, but I swore an oath to the President to protect her and the country at all costs.
You should have sworn
I have to do it.
an oath to the Constitution. You're not supposed to swear an oath to the President.
Under you first. And your
Not to a
family
person.
doesn't deserve this.
Not in a republic.
Any of this.
Why are you helping me? If they catch you.
Because you saved my life, sir. Again and again. When the brass sent us into the jaws of hell, it was you that brought us home. Back then, I thought I was invincible. I thought I was some kind of action hero. But I'm not the hero. You are, sir. You're the reason I'm still alive. And it's past time I paid that debt. They're moving your son to a new facility tomorrow. You'll never see him again. He'll serve as the foundation of a new communications network. A sacrifice for a nation that no longer exists.
Like a bunch of other BBs got. Like we delivered to Edgenot City.
I wrote down everything you need to know.
These were the preparations
the
for
only way to keep it off the system.
Using an actual pen and paper was the only way to build the chiral network.
When you're done. The rest is up to you, sir.
I'm wondering, sorry, I'm paying attention because I'm waiting for either the dismissal of the notion that the BB is Sam and not Lou, or the confirmation of that theory. I keep going back and forth on it. They will state it outright. I think I know too well of the writing that they're not going to leave it
to you, sir.
Ambiguous.
I can't terminate
The
your wife's
gun.
life support from inside her room. System won't allow it.
Same gun that you use God knows how many
this
decades later.
Is the only other option.
You shot her. The gun that you tried to shoot Strand with, Amelie with, Bridget with. All of them. But That would create the emotional connection to Cliff, I take it, as well as having Sam's blood and all the other connections. That's the connecting strand, if you will. We're gonna see her face? I don't know if she'd be anyone we'd know.
Don't hesitate, sir.
I think I know he does it. He's had the blood on him. Her blood. He's gonna have to think about it. Wraps it in a towel to act as a sort of suppressor, I take it? God, Mads Mikkelsen is such a good actor. Yeah, one moment where he makes the decision in his head, you can see it.
I'm sorry, Lisa.
Lisa. I don't think she is anyone we know. Couldn't identify her. It's just his wife.
I'll take care of him. I promise you. Promise you.
She was called Lisa Strand, wasn't she? Anna Lisa. Jesus. 5 minutes, Mads. I like that shot. I don't know why. That's a great shot.
BB, can you hear me?
Long distance tracking focal length. Yeah.
Can you hear me? Daddy.
Full context of what this is. Huh. There's more to that. We haven't finished yet. Cut me off in the middle of the movie. I was watching that. Deliver BB to the incinerator. Alright. It clearly wants me to continue onwards. It's still pretending to be a video game. But I want more from that. I'm not done yet.